Coming this September 1st, you can get your hands on the very first LEGO Dungeons & Dragons collectible minifigures. These will be retailing for $4.99 a pop, or you can purchase up to 24 per person if you really want to, which would look like 2 of these sleeves. Now, these were sent to me early from the LEGO Ambassador Network, early for review, so I'm going to be opening these all up to see if you do indeed get a full collection in one sleeve, or if they're pretty random. However, I'm not totally sure if you'll get the included cardboard sleeve, or if you'll just get a bunch of these individual boxes. Now, all of the new collectible minifigures come in these cardboard boxes, so unfortunately there's no more filling up minifigures in the aisle of Walmart anymore, but thanks to a couple of different bloggers, there is a scanner in which you can scan the QR codes on the bottom of these boxes and figure out which collectible minifigure you're getting. The update is coming soon for the D&D figures. Currently it exists for CMF series 25 and 26, so it's not available yet. I won't be able to use it. And the other option is, of course, weighing them by using a scale, and mine is not strong enough to tell the difference between 0.6 and 0.7 ounces, so I'm pretty much just going to be tackling all of these blind. Our first minifigure here is Strad von Zarevich with sword, and this is basically a vampire Chad. He's a powerful necromancer warrior with pale skin, sharp fangs, and a highly detailed torso print and dual molded legs. He includes a broadsword in this crystal chalice, which I suppose is ideal for drinking red beverages, and of course this evil rat, which can be summoned in D&D. Our second minifigure here is the Mindflayer, which I was pretty excited about. These creatures can enslave the minds of lesser beings, and LEGO created an awesome elongated squid-like head mold, some printed robes, and this sweet intellect devourer, aka the brain dog. And the best part is that you can place this on a minifigure head as a nice accessory to help boost their IQ. I'm kidding. Here we have the powerful red wizard Zastam with a trans red skull head and a fire effect. This minifigure looks absolutely terrifying with the exposed ribcage and the eyes and all of the markings on his head, not to mention all of the markings on those red robes that are perfectly paired with not only one cape but 2 capes, which is a beautiful thing and something I wish we saw more of in LEGO Star Wars. Our next minifigure here is the Chima bird, and I say that because this looks a lot like a figure from this old LEGO theme, Legend of Chima. It uses these alternate fawn legs that are printed, a really beautiful torso print, and this new wing element that is all one piece and goes right underneath the head. Now we have possibly my favorite minifigure out of this entire series. It's our first figure that has the option of a male or female face print, both with alternate face prints, and they are of this darker orange color, not your typical Nuga skin tone. The baby dragon here is definitely notable. It is so detailed, and I hope that it's used in maybe a Harry Potter set in the future. This awesome Tiefling Sorcerer has a really cool dual molded hairpiece with those orange horns protruding out. She has printed arms, a tail, and dual molded legs, as well as a purple spell accessory. And altogether, this combo of a minifigure is totally stacked. Now we have another one of my favorite figures here with 2 head prints and 2 face prints. I love how the female face print lipstick matches the teal vest. The elf bard with lute is a very detailed figure overall, with the magenta scarf and gloves just really popping out. And of course there are dual molded legs, which just seems to be very common in this line, which I love. I also really like the coin pouch hanging from the belt. Also, I noticed the cutlass guard has been updated, so I think these pearl gold swords are a completely new mold altogether. Number 7, we have the Dragonborn Paladin, which is a hefty character with a recoloration of the head mold that we saw in the Dragon's Tale set, the full Dungeons & Dragons set. This time though, he's got really sharp teeth. The arms are printed with a sort of mesh armor, and he has really nice robes with a necklace print and the bottle seen in the belt, all hidden underneath this massive new elaborate chest plate that I do hope we see in more castle sets in the future, because like I said, this is an elaborate chest plate. There's a Chima crystal that's been recolored in this transparent satin, and a printed dragon shield. Overall, I think this is going to be a popular figure and some people might even try to army build as it looks generic enough. Here we have the not so evil looking Tasha the Witch Queen, who has the reused Hocus Pocus hair and hat piece. Her torso and arm print is elaborate, although I don't know why she needs 3 belts. Her dual molded legs are also a nice add, and again, it just seems to be a standard for this line, which is crazy. She does have 2 different face prints, one which seems to be that ugly laugh, and the other which is a little more tamed down. She has a scar on her face and that little mole. And for accessories, she has a cauldron with pink flames and the spell book, which appears to have the hideous laughter spell. Number 9, we finally got our dwarf barbarian with the new axe piece. There's also an option for 2 different heads and 2 different face prints. To go with this dark hair bun, we have a tan bird's nest scarf, and as you can see on the print, there's an axe necklace, and on the back side there's a horn slung over the shoulder, and of course printed arms. For accessories, there's a torch, and like I said, this awesome new axe piece, but the best part about this figure is those eyebrows. Here we have the Lady of Pain with Cube, a quite enigmatic character in Dungeons & Dragons, and a very interesting and iconic figure in LEGO with a rubbery sand green headpiece that sits on this black minifigure head. And check out this split orange fabric cape. It's actually too long, and so this figure levitates by using this transparent brick, making her look all the more mesmerizing. There's also a copy of this printed gate tile, which is the magical item that transports users to other planes. And with these orange robes, this is by far the most iconic and striking figure in the series. And now we finally got the Githyanki Warlock with knife, which apparently is the race of humanoids that are enslaved by the Mindflayers, but they really do resemble Doctor Strange, like with the amulet and the red sash and the color scheme of the torso. There are 2 different heads to choose from with alternate face prints on both, and I really love the ear and hairpiece combo with the elven ears. However, the yellow face print does throw me off a little bit because it does appear to look like classic Lego versus all of the other figures having different skin tones. So I think it would have been better for this to be maybe a more green shade. I do love the objects in the belt and the sash and the shoulder piece. There is dual molded legs, big surprise. There's a new dagger piece, and there's this printed eyeball on the staff, which is just so cool looking. And for our last and final figure of the series, the Halfling Druid with Bird, which is bound to be another popular figure in the series for all the fantasy lovers. There is a thick leafy edged cape and an antler fused to the dark green hood, which is also sort of rubbery in this case. Again, we do get 2 heads with alternate face prints, and I love the necklace print on this torso. The whole torso is super detailed, and even the short legs are again dual molded. The fact that the bird is even printed on the head is just insane. I didn't even know that was possible, and I think the weakest part is probably just the staff, which wasn't that exciting, but I gotta still rank this figure higher overall, as I think a lot of people are really gonna like this one. If you truly do get all 12 minifigures per sleeve, then it looks like buying 12 on the website is the way to go versus trying to go in store and pick up random ones here and there. I think the brick scanner is gonna be invaluable if you are in your local Target or Walmart and you're just trying to pick up a few here and there. But if you are trying to collect all 12 because these are super impressive, and I wouldn't be surprised if you are, it looks like buying online might be the way to go. Between all the dual molds and the new headpieces and all the fun accessories, this is a super impressive line that I will definitely be utilizing for future videos. Plus, being $5 a piece makes it so much more accessible to true D&D fans out there versus paying $360 to get that massive Lego set. Not to mention having the space to actually be able to display it. So I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts are on this CMF line. What was your favorite minifigure? Make sure to like the video and stay tuned for more reviews.